An eastern Nebraska grain dealer is being forced to close up shop. The Nebraska Public Service Commission has denied a request by Organic Producers Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, or OPINS Cooperative of North Bend for the renewal of its license. The commission says back in August, OPINS Cooperative filed a renewal application but failed to comply with state rules and regulations. Now, as a result, their license was allowed to expire at the beginning of the month.